Hello everyone, hello future me. Today is January the 7th, it is 9 p.m. I was not available to record in the morning. I was traveling. So the market today decided to completely dump, especially on BTC, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and then at 10 it completely dumped because of one main reason, which is the news on the calendar today at 10 a.m. and 8:15. Which is the non-farm. Actually, I'm sorry. It's the job openings. It's like, why is it 8:15? I remember it's 10. So at 10, the market decided to just absolutely collapse. But it was collapsing prior to that. It was just holding strong, and then even it front ran the news a bit. Yeah. So yeah, the entire market corrected really hard at 10. SPX as well, Nasdaq, whatever, all stocks in crypto. And I was traveling, so I was not able to enter. The last time I was able to see the price was around this area right here. So this is the last time I was able to see price. So as mentioned yesterday, I lost this trade, which was a horrible one, plus 4R. And I was looking forward to potentially entering. I woke up and I saw that we backtested this, and then we were currently dumping on this candle, and I was here when the last time I saw it, and I saw that we broke the low. I had to leave the house, so usually I don't like to enter a position, even if it's a correct one like this, with a stop loss, blah blah blah, because I usually close way quicker than I normally do if I leave my stop loss. So for example, if I do leave my stop loss like this, I would close it way sooner. So for that reason, I decided to, for example, let's say you would do something like this, but if price decides to start doing some bullish structure, then I would close it way sooner and just lose less. So lose risk essentially less. Now, I was looking at the market the entire day, and I was looking for a bounce, and around 10, 10:30, 11 I started to trade. I was looking at the market, and I was reading a fantastic book, which is this one by Best Losers Wins, which is absolutely fantastic, and I'm marking it correctly right now. There's a lot of stuff here, but I was reading it, and it came to my attention that something hit me in the book. Every time, essentially I'll just put it in big words, every time the market pumps, people are looking for shorts, and every time the market dumps, people are looking for longs. But that is not correct. That's what 90% of people do, and 90% of people lose. You're supposed to short when the market is dumping. You're not supposed to look for a long. You're supposed to look for a short. So people say, oh, it's dumping, I'm going to wait for the retracement and then short here. However, what if the retracement never comes? Like this, I was waiting for a retracement, but it never came. And so there's two structures that I had in my mind. I could do something like this, boom, boom, boom. So I either short here or I either long here. And I was like, but what if that structure never materializes? Because by the looks of it, it was doing kind of shit. So I was looking at Popcat, and I saw that it broke the low, this one, and it was currently downtrending, and downtrending hard, especially at 7, 8 a.m. I was looking at my rats, and I saw as well that it was completely collapsing. So then I went through the coins, some ones that had more liquidity to be taken. So for example, Popcat at 11:12, you had this liquidity here. However, we were kind of close to it, 3%. So I was like, yeah, we already moved quite a bit, and we're going in a huge support area, right? Logically. But by the structure that we formed here, this diagonal triangle, we broke out. So I was thinking, okay, we either backtested the entry here, which sometimes it happens and we go higher, right? Or because it's so bearish, right? Because it's so bearish, the flag like this, well, that's not really a triangle. So if price does something like this, breaks out, usually you would backtest and you would keep going, right? But if we break and keep going, then all these liquidities here will be taken. So I was still thinking, yeah, it's a high chance that we're going to take them. I just don't like my chances on it. So I was looking at other coins, People, Blur, but what caught my eye was Gala for two reasons. Yes, it's stronger than the others. However, in the morning when it broke out, or broke down, it broke down around, well, it took the liquidity here, and we had still liquidity here, which we took in the morning, and it was at 11:12 that I was looking at it. So if you go back in time, this was the candle that I saw, huge volume, and then when I was looking at it, I was like, dude, this still has the potential to do two things. Because we took the liquidity, and I was looking at this, I was expecting either two things to happen. We completely reverse back the next candle and we do something like this. We either backtest the monthly, we either backtest this, which is a huge support resistance area, just a 4 hour. So we tried one time to break it, twice, 3 times, we couldn't even touch it, 4 times, and then the 5th time, technically you could call it a 5th time we broke out, we somewhat backtested it here. So I was looking at this one. Because we broke it, we either had to backtest it or we would break above, consolidate above, or blah, blah, blah. That would be extremely bullish. And why I'm saying that is because Render somewhat did that, especially in the morning. So if I cancel, just cancel this. So at 10 it did that, and the next candle backtested. It went pretty high, a 2% move up. So I was saying, maybe Gala can do that because it's still somewhat bullish, but not as bullish as Render. So by looking at this, I told myself, okay, the 9 EMA, so let's go back in time with the replay. The 9 EMA is still holding on the 1 hour. It's pretty far. So I was looking for a short. And I also was looking at the 5 minutes mostly as well. So seeing that we were currently curling up, and when I saw these candles here, we're holding. There's the wicks, but we're holding. We're still super bearish, but we're holding. So maybe I can expect something like this, and then I'll enter here. I really wanted that. Okay. So we went higher. And when I saw this, I was like, actually, you know what? Even before that, let's do it at slower speed. I saw this on the 5 minute like this, and I was like, wow, this is possibly a reversal for two reasons. This curled, but I don't really care about that. The RSI looked really strong. This is curling up strongly, and we just broke out the 5 EMA through not 1, not 2, but 3 green candles. I was also looking at the 15, but when I was looking at the 15, it wasn't like this. It was a full green bar to here. And I was like, yeah, this is looking pretty good for either a small bounce or a complete retracing back up. Because I was thinking, yeah, we're dumping, but we took this liquidity here. We also took these liquidity here. So maybe, just maybe, we're going to do this, right? The worst case scenario for shorts. Because how do you destroy shorts? Just completely reverse back up. So the 5 was doing okay. Then I was seeing these candles like it's still okay. We're still holding the 5 EMA. So it's like, I'm kind of out. Mentally, I was like, I don't want to long this. It's too knife catchy. But I also don't want to short it yet. I need more confirmation. This candle right here told me, wow, I think it may be over the long mentality. The next candle confirmed it for me. Even if we did that, I was like, there's still a high likely scenario. I just want to see the next candle. And this one confirmed it fully. I need to enter a short now. So I need to do this. and something like that. And once I have, either two things will happen. Either we keep going lower and we break these lows, and if we do that, I'll move my stop really tight, just like that. Or if it decides to do something like this, I will close my short sooner. I will still leave my stop loss here, but I don't want to leave my stop loss here in the first place, because then I have no leeway, no breathing in my trading. I'm not going to give room for the price action to do whatever it wants. What if we have just a quick wick, just like this, and then back down, right? It can happen. Just like here. Specific example. So I would manually close it if that scenario would happen. However, something happened personally that required me to leave the screen for like an hour and a half. So mentally I wanted to enter, but I did not want to leave such a big stop loss. And so I decided, you know what, let's take that 1 hour break, 1 hour and a half. We need to go somewhere and we'll be back. But this is what I wanted to trade in the first place. It looked really good for me. If we go on the 15, it looks really strong, still bullish, still bearish, sorry. And the 1 hour is still looking horrible. So let's keep going. Now, remember, I'm not at the screen. I'm not at the screen. I'm not at the screen. So I didn't really care what was happening here. Then don't care, because I'm not there. I looked at my phone around this area, so I was like, yeah, it's still kind of lame. We would have made our target, which was this, for one reason, that we were taking this liquidity here. So it's like, I'm not going to target exact liquidity, which would have been taken. I'm just going to target just above it. Maybe we make some sort of small double bottom. I'm going to target somewhere 38.40, between 38.40 and 38.35. I'm not going to target the exact liquidity, just maybe 0.1% away, just to guarantee that it's going to hit. I'm still not at the screen, and as you can see, this sort of worked out pretty well. In the first place, if I look back, if this would have done like this here, I would have probably moved my stop like this, just like that. Not above this, above this one, but above this one, just to give more breadth. And on the 5 minute, it would have been the same, because you have 1, 2, and the third wick. So it would have been something like this. Now, leaving it playing out, this would have been a fantastic trade. And now two things happened. I was not in emotional distress. I was really calm. I was reading this book. I was fantastic. And as we can see, good trading means combating the emotions that make us human. The book was telling me that just trade the momentum. You trade the trend. It makes sense. However, it's always at the back of my mind, but what if we reverse? Right? What if we reverse? And so I am not trading the market. I'm trading my opinion that what if this happens? What if that happens? And so I become frozen. Especially when I'm not clear in mind, I become frozen. Really frozen, because I know it's time to trade. I know it's time to enter, but then fear comes in and I'm like, what if it doesn't work? And that book specifically talks about that. So while I'm looking at this price dumping, I tell myself, you know what? This book makes the argument that Tom does makes a lot of sense. If the price dumps, don't look for a long. Keep looking for a short. Keep adding to your short and adding to your short until it goes to zero, or until you have an instant feeling that the market will reverse, that there's something different now, that the market will completely change. So I'm looking at this on the 5. I see this dump. I come back to my screen around 2 p.m. And now I'm thinking, okay, the RSI is bullish divergence on the awesome oscillator, bullish divergence here, but I'm still not seeing a bullish candle. Still not seeing a sort of hammer candle. I'm still not seeing this sort of candle, any sort of candle on the 5, 15, whatever, that will make me think, yeah, this is kind of fucked to short now. I want to see this candle with super bullish volume, right? Something like this here, but more, just more bullishness. If we go on the 5, this should have had continuation. After this candle, we should have seen more green. If I saw that, I was like, yep, it's not time to enter short now. Give more time. Okay, so now the price keeps going lower, and I'm like, dude, I really need to enter short now. We keep making lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. And I was a bit greedy, and I was like, just give me something higher. Just give me something higher like that, right? And then I went to the 1 minute, and I was looking at the 1 minute. And I saw that dump, and I was like, whoa, dude, I need to enter right now. I need to enter right now. Even if after that explosive bullishness back up, was bought back up, I need to enter now. So I entered exactly right here. I think I entered like this. I'm pretty sure I did. And I'm like, okay, am I screwed now? I don't think so. I'll put my stop here for 2 reasons. The 15, I need a quick break here. I'll be back shortly. So back from my break. As I was looking at this on the 15, I was getting a bit worried, but because we had the 90 MA on the 15, which was holding as resistance, and this trend line on the 5, we could also add something like this here. Looking back, I should have probably drawn it, but I didn't, because I don't really care about the support. I'm mostly looking at the resistance. So as it was playing out, I got a bit worried on this 5-minute candle, and I was constantly looking at the 1 5-minute, 2 minute, 1 5-minute, 2 minute, 3 minutes. So everything was going well. It's just this candle really scared me that we're going to have a reversal in the next couple of candles because of the massive volume. So somebody decided to buy a massive amount, and it got me a bit worried. But if we keep going, everything was going fantastic. My original take profit, I told myself, you know what, let's play conservative and just do like 37.50. Because I think we're a bit late, and there's this order block here, but I really wanted to target 37, even 36. But I looked at the 618. I was like, yeah, we're getting pretty close. 37.50 should be fine. However, by reading the book, it said that you're not supposed to have like a price target or a take profit, in the sense that, oh, I'm going to take profit 25% here, 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 and here. You should just count on the price action telling you what you need to do next. So I got a bit greedy because of that, but I was in a way testing it. I was telling myself, let's see where this goes, because I'm playing correctly here. My trade makes sense, the stop loss makes sense, the area to take profit makes sense. But what if it keeps going, right? Because I don't know where the bottom is. I know it's the 618. It's going to be probably strong. But I was also comparing it with the others. In the meantime, like this one, like, yeah, 618, yeah, it's supposed to be strong, blah, blah, blah. But look at this 618. It's just never held. So I was thinking, maybe it's going to go. Maybe it's going to go. And so it kept playing with me here, kept playing with me here, and it finally went down. Went back above, and here I got slightly worried that my stop is getting close. This is really bad. But I trusted on that resistance and on the 15 EMA. And so I told myself, if we actually do get around this, yeah, I think it's probably likely we're gonna get stopped. And so the next 5 minutes told us that no, 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 yes, 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 no, 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 yes, yes, yes. This really scared me a bit. Really scared me. It looked so bad. It looked so bad. Um, Technically, I was debating to enter a long here. Because if I look on the, well, the 5 kind of gave it away, but if I looked on the 1 minute, it's just like, wow, is this a long potential in something like this? With a tight stop loss, and I'm targeting maybe these liquidities or maybe these liquidities. This is not a bad trade. But I was hoping, you know what, I was really, really hoping that I was not going to get stopped. And this candle gave me hope. And it finally went down. Back to entry. It was still playing with my emotions. Can you go lower? Are you going to go lower? And as it was going lower, these these bars was like, yeah, most likely than not, I think that's it. We're gonna go lower. So it's not here in this specific area. Whoops. I was a bit afraid, but my trade was still correct. If I was not in this trade, maybe I would have taken a short here. So I was not really concerned. It finally went, and technically it should have hit my take profit. However, I decided to put my take profit lower at 37 for one main reason. I suspected that we were going to take these liquidities, which are massive. So I expected that to happen. But something different happened. When I saw the spike on the volume, it made me slightly worried that this is a potential bottom. But I still decided to leave it run. To leave it to run. And I was getting worried on these candles. On these 1 minute candles, they did not look good to me. The bullish candles are too much volume and they're too clean. There's no wicks. And I stated, okay, you know what? Let's put our take profit at 37.40. It never actually reached it. And around this area, I was like, you know what? This is a pretty good position to close. It's not that bad. We're really close. What is it, like almost nothing? Let's just close. And I was like, nope, just follow the trading plan. And when I saw this, I was like, whoa, well, all my profits are gone. And I got really annoyed. Really annoyed. Extremely annoyed. Because we should have taken profit here and it made sense. The book told us to let it run. I did let it run. But when I saw this, that should have been it. That should have told ourselves, yep, get out. So yes, we could have exited here, but what if it went lower? That makes sense. So we would have exited here, but with these price action happening, I could have exited like this. So it would have been not much of a difference. And now I'm getting really stressed, or really worried about this. I'm like, oh my god, this is so bullish, dude. And I wanted to enter here, maybe half my position size, because if I'm going to get invalidated, which my stop would be extremely close, like 0.27% away, I'm not going to lose barely anything. But if it decides to go lower, then I'm going to make quite a bunch more. But I decided to go against it because the book says people just add to losers, but they never add to winners. So I did not want to add to a loser. So we're not gonna spoil anything. I kept looking on the 1 and on the 5 minute. So I had hope, maybe, maybe it's gonna go back and break the low, or most likely than not, we're gonna go around somewhere here and make something like this, because that's where I would place a long. But it decided to completely dump back down, and I was relatively happy how it proceeded. And I was telling myself, you know what? This has the vast potential of actually going lower to 37. Let's put it back originally where you wanted to leave it, at 37. right here. And so the next candle almost made it. It almost made it. We were so close by 0.5%. And if we look back, we should have been not that greedy, because this should have been the take profit 37.20 because of this liquidity here, and we would have barely maybe touched it. Barely, maybe. And now I need to leave where I'm staying at. So right here on this 1 minute candle, I wanted to close like right here, right now. I was like, yeah, let's close this. It looks pretty good, looks pretty bullish. Let's close. And against my intuition, I decided to again let it run against the pain. So the logically would be, in order to avoid pain of losing my profits, I'd rather close there. And it did make sense to close there. For me in that respective time, it did make sense to close there, because the bounce was relatively correct. So I was playing with my emotions, I was watching this price action and I didn't really like it, and I just told myself, let's put our take profit below this wick right here. And actually I spoiled it because we took profit right here at 42. So that's where we took profit. And we can skip all this price action. So looking back at it, was it a correct decision? I don't really care about this. Like what happened after. I'm caring at that time, was the decision correct to exit? And to be honest, for me, I would say yes. Because we dumped quite a lot. I am relatively late to the party by a long shot. There is a possibility of a shitty bounce like this, something like this, and then we go back lower. The market, however, it's still trending lower. So did I close to avoid pain? Honestly, I closed because I put my take profit here. But as it was going down, I wanted to move it lower to 37 here, which was my original second target. It's just before I had the time to move it, I got stopped. Well, my TP was hit. So technically, I should have been taking TP'd here, where I wanted to take it originally. So if I look back at this trade today, we made a 1.7R with the fees and everything. I think this trade was correct. I think the first mistake that we made was to not actually take profit here, because we'd have been conservative, a 1.5R, and then when we saw this price action, we could have entered again. I'm just thinking, how would I have reacted if it decided to do this? And I would have taken profit here. You would never know, but how this price was, yes, you would say you would never know, but by looking at the 1 minute, I think it was clear that we would have had a bounce. I think it was clear how this price was trading lower here, just super slow trading lower. For me, it was telling me, yeah, there's a high likelihood of a bounce, and it did happen. But I don't want to trade against what the market is telling me, which is that we're bearish, and a continuation is most likely. I do think that this potential exit here, was one, due to the fact that I don't like the candles, and also two, is that we're a bit fucking mad that we did not close it there, and three, what if it goes lower, because we have bearish continuation, so just let it run. So a small mistake is still made, because 100% the take profit should have been taken. Because this is a scalp. If we did short around this area, I would have said nothing about it. I would have left my stop loss here and just let it run. But it's a late short for me. So yeah, market is still dumping. Popcat is absolutely destroyed. I do suspect the bounce during the night. The RSI is at an all-time low in the past since July 10th, I think. I think it went even lower than that, 13.4. Yeah, so it went even lower. So the RSI is almost at an all-time low. There it is. So I suspect we're gonna have a bounce like there's no way. Maybe during the night as I'm sleeping, but for now I think the trade went okay. I'm just way too late. I was thinking, what if we shorted Popcat instead at 245? I think we entered on Gala. Yeah, 230. So let's say Popcat at 230. Would I have done the same mistake of closing early? Honestly, probably not, because we never went into the red, so my emotions would have never gotten shaken. So I would have just traded the 15 EMA. And technically, if I did do the same thing with Gala, we would have gotten stopped out around here. So yeah, I think trade is like a 7 out of 10. Bagged another 1.7 R. We're doing okay. I want to finish the book. I only have like 80 pages left. Everything is going well. There's a couple of other books that I want to read, especially the Phantom of the Pits. So for now, everything's going good. I do wish we entered earlier, especially at 10. That would have been fantastic. Or if we entered a short instead of my long here, because hindsight 2020, yes, but I felt it in my bones that we're kind of doomed here, and we did not short it instead because we did not want to lose. So this was easy peasy, short here, stop loss here, and just let it run. Then you see this, stop loss here, let it run, stop loss here, let it run, and then stop loss here. Do we get stopped out? Maybe yes, but it's during the night. We'd have probably gotten stopped out around here, so the trade would have been something like a 6R. That's pretty good. That would have been pretty nice. But yeah, I think we're improving because this is one of the first trades in weeks where I did not feel fear of entering. This specific trade here, not this one. This I did feel fear because I was not going to be at my PC, so mentally I had no control of my position. I did feel fear here. I shut my pants, then I'm going to get stopped. But I followed my trading plan of letting it run, of letting winners run. Let's say you bought this instead. Would you have let it run? Oh, it's going to bounce now, it's going to bounce now, it's going to bounce now. As it keeps going lower. So you're preying on hope. So if we reverse it, I am praying it keeps going. Right? There's no hope because the market is telling me it's supposed to go lower. What an insightful book. Yeah, so I think this is it. I think I talked a bit too much. There's no negative emotion that I felt during this trade. It's just normal pain that every trader experiences. So another day on the belt. Goodbye for now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. As I'm reviewing my footage, I'm seeing this and I'm like, okay, yes, we got stopped because we decided to move our stop loss and the wick took us out, and it is what it is. But if we're looking on the 15 and the 1 hour, everything is pointing to a complete continuation, especially on the 1 hour or the 30 minutes. So everything is still showing a dumpage time. So honestly speaking, yes, we made an improvement in terms of letting it run, because before we shed our pants and we wanted to close instantly because we didn't want to lose the potential profits. But if we just kept a small stop, of absolutely nothing, or we move our thing to break even like this, we would have still been in the trade. And instead of making 1.7 R, we would be right now at 3 R. Hindsight 2020? I don't think so. I think we need to follow the plan of let the big boys run. The question is, if your short is from here, would you close now? I don't think you would. So why would, if you enter here or here or here or here, why would you close now? The only reason would be that I don't want to lose my potential profit. And so, yes, we are improving. The mistake is still there. The mistake is still there. So I think we were trying to avoid the pain. Even if we entered here just like 10 minutes earlier instead of 10:40 at 10:30 or something, like right here, whatever. Or even here, an hour earlier, 30 minutes earlier, who cares? Stop loss here, stop loss here, stop loss here, stop loss here, stop loss here now. And I have a 3.8 R and we leave it to run. We leave it to run. I think usually in the past we do left stuff to run, but we always exited too late. Way too late. For example, here in my mind, I am exiting way too late because we have quite of a big correction of a 2% almost, and we got stopped instead of letting it run. It is clear to see that a potential reversal is possible, but just give it more breathing room or close instead of here. Whoops. Instead of here, the thing work? Instead of here, you would close here. So you make one more R. I think there needs to be a balance between letting it run and realizing the reversal. Here, I'm realizing the potential reversal. Let's close. This is painful because we missed out on it. It happens way too often. For example, like here. Potential reversal here, let's close. So we let it run. I'm not afraid. We let it run, but it's time to close. And the only reason we close here is because we're greedy. Same thing here. We let it run. We're like, yeah. We touched the daily resistance once, twice. I think we need to get out. But we get out too late. So once the structure changes and we feel it, we need to exit. So yeah, just a quick thought process update. Also at the same time, I'm still looking to short something, especially Gala maybe again, somewhere around here. So yeah, I'll see. I'll give an update tomorrow if I did enter, if I did something. Bye bye for now.